Chapter 8. Slave by Choice.
Those who are dependent and submissive have no choice, no freedom. Whoever is subject to a lord is a slave. Slavery in modern times is a cultural and ethical backwardness. It makes tyranny a substitute for human dignity and human rights. Every slave strives for freedom. Slavery excites hatred, contrives revenge, spreads slander, and plots treachery. Hallucinogenic drugs are slavery agents which degrade character and lead to insanity and self-destruction. They also create emotional and organic dependence, annihilate willpower, and reduce their victims to the basest possible conditions. Alcohol, tobacco, uncontrolled sex, gambling, and usury are also cruel slaveholders responsible for the deaths of millions of people. Some people enslave themselves to luxury, to power, to unbounded ambitions, and take pleasure in this abject submission. There are also slaves of unwholesome affections who imprison themselves within the thick walls of violent passions. Slavery flourishes in several disguises. It is found in overburdened workers in the fields. It is conducted by arbitrary politicians. It clothes itself as pleasures and lulls the self by the dazzling brilliance of illusions. Along the history of mankind, society has been creating laws to try to liberate the many slaves around the world from their bondages and to elevate human social conditions. International organizations fight for the freedom of all the people across the planet. Holy men and missionaries do their best to help people out of drugs. Such attitude shows that we are at the beginning of a new era of freedom through love, a time when all kinds of slavery will be banished from the earth. There is a form of slavery, however, which is in itself freedom. It is the slavery which binds us to Christ through love. This is a self-sought slavery. He or she who has heard of Jesus, who loves him, who faithfully follows his teachings and seeks to breathe within the psychic atmosphere of service, grows spiritually and moves on towards God. He or she who attunes to Jesus does not want freedom from him, because to be a slave to Christ is to live in plenty. The less you resist him, the more powerful the links with him become. The drive for liberation from this slavery works out in a very peculiar way. To use the opportunity of one's physical, ephemeral life to win eternal spiritual life. If you can already find a place for Jesus in your thoughts and actions, follow his directions, love boundlessly, you will have become a slave to him by choice. You will probably lose the world, but will win peace, because the wage of sin is madness, but the wage of service is peace.